rainbow, send the rainbow. Oh yeah, send them
Nope.
down.
That boy Hayes in the building. The guru. Grand Beats,
What's
what up?
up,
What up?
Nick?
Cheyenne in the building, months.
What up, Hayes? Mr. Nick at Night? Goddamn.
Yeah, man, we starting up, man. We just waiting for more folks to come up in here, man. On this podcast. It's junk crazy, man.
Send them on, send them on.
Man, we chilling, dad. You know, I'm on some brown right now. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Christian, help me sing. Send them on.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon down. My hand is up to my ear too, but y'all can't see that.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're doing. That's how you know you're doing a good run.
You got the headphone. Oh yeah, you got your hand up in the air and junk too.
You gotta make sure your ears plugged so you can hit that note the way you need to.
Right. Exactly. Got a bottle of...
We can't be sounding like our girl on New Year's Eve. We ain't about that life.
that boy Hayes say he got a bottle of Slow and Long Day. He know what's up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, mother. Yeah. What's up, Lenny Serpa, S. Centric? What's going on? Appreciate y'all joining in, man.
Hey, yo, Ray, check it out.
What's up?
Hey.
Oh man, look at God. Yeah. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Hey.
Won't he do it?
Looks like my favorite song.
Phase Control, what up? What up? Appreciate you coming in. Mm-hmm. J Dog 403, what up? How are y'all doing, man? Y'all good?
Oh, Nick Dog.
Yeah, so y'all have serving the people. What up? What up?
Serving the people, first 48.
Man.
My dog.
Hey, yeah. So, man, y'all have tuned in to the Uberwood podcast tonight, man. Episode 5, man. Christian, Months, what's going on? How y'all feeling tonight, man?
What's poppin', everybody? I am
Send them on.
good.
Send them on. Send them on. What's up, good people? It's your boy, Monster that. Send them on. Send them on.
Hey, man, you might as well take a shot at some Slow and Low, Months. Why not?
Oh, I'm already 2 in.
Oh, man, look at that. Won't he do it? Hey, Christian, what's for dinner tonight? You always whipping up every time we had these podcasts, so.
Well, I had soup today because I've been under the weather, so I'm being a real G. That's how much I love y'all. With whatever that bug is that's flying around, that bug bit me, so I'm over here wrapped up and everything.
That bug laying on
I'm a second away from singing a Negro spiritual.
Oh my God!
Hey yo, that bug came my way. I swat that sucker right off. Nope. Ain't got time for that.
I didn't even see it coming.
Flo in the building. What up, Flo? What up? What's going on? What's going on? So yeah, man. Jason Point 101. Man, they just pouring in one by one. But yeah, man. Today we are discussing trading time for money. Now, when I first said this to Christian and Months, they was like, what you mean trading time for money?
I asked him if he was talking about prostitution.
Right. Put that pants leg up. Go get that bag. Put that pants leg up.
Hey man, look. Trading that time for money. So I had to reel them on back in because I was like, and explain myself, but I was just discussing because I put a video up earlier about it and I was like, hey man, now I know people, every time you see people when they working all the time and then when they get off, they be sleep all the time. So it's a situation where I'm like, how much time are you actually putting in? Are you getting what you're worth? So we can start there. So we'll start with Christian. Are we getting what we are worth as people when we got these jobs and we're going towards our passions and stuff?
I would say that it's a delicate balance. I am out here living this life, the corporate life, 9 to 5, if you will, and then the business life on the side. I have a travel business, and I feel like most days I'm in a circus. I'm balancing work. I don't want to say having a side business and a balance and being a wife, being a friend, being a sister, all of those other parts of life. So I don't do a very good job with trading time for money. I don't do a good job at that at all. Grateful I no longer have school as an issue, but trying to build a business, trying to build teams, like that takes a lot of work. So I would say that it would be easier if I could just focus on one or the other, but that's not real life. And as much as I say that it would be easy, I don't think that I would really enjoy it if I didn't have a certain level of stress.
True. True. I feel that. I feel you on that. And for me, I think it's based on perception is everything for each individual person. Like to me, my lifestyle right now, I have my entrepreneurial ventures when it comes to music, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have my job that I is basically on 24/7 in the restaurant industry. But both of those jobs and both of those scenarios for me give me a lot of gratitude and a lot of pressure to I enjoy a lifestyle that I have, but I always want more. So in the time being, like I'm seeing progression. Like I may calculate 3 months from now where I want to be 6 months from now, a year from now. So to me, I'm at a sweet spot to where I'm blessed to have a good balance, but from the outside world, but from myself intrinsically, sometimes I can go too hard and I don't give myself the balance that I've allocated for myself, and that's why I get burned out sometimes, and one or the other suffers. So for me personally, if I balance what I do have better, then I can optimize both situations better. Because sometimes one or the other suffers because I don't take care of the balance like I could. But overall, everything that's in my control, I think I am getting. I say it's around about 60-40 right now.
Okay, okay.
All I want to say is come through, general manager. He better use these big words tonight. Use those words. Use the
Hey,
vocabulary. Yes.
shout out to Phase Control. He watching all the way from Ireland tonight.
What's
Oh,
up,
hey.
Fade? Big
Going on.
Fade?
Phase Control, what's going on, man? So yeah,
Control.
just bouncing off what y'all saying and me, even with myself being on the entrepreneur side, and we always speak about, man, we've been going too hard, going too hard. What are we trying to keep up with? You know?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we trying to keep up with that makes us go too hard? If you work in a 9 to 5, you already know when you're getting paid. So what are you going so hard for? Is it because the job is imbalanced and they ask you to do more things than you get paid for? Or as an entrepreneur, do you chase money so much that you lose sight of your actual passion and your goal or what you're trying to do? Does you feel like that happens a lot based off of our different interactions and different people that we'll run into from time to time?
I think that we can lose sight in the sense that, like, for instance, I'll use last year, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the only goal I had last year was to not break up my family and graduate. Like that was my goal. So I didn't see anything else in that, I might have made some of my friends feel alienated. I might have dropped the ball in other areas like maybe like fitness. I'm not maybe in fitness and these other areas of my life, but that was the only thing that I saw. So sometimes I know with myself, I can go into this tunnel vision. I call it survival mode,
Yeah.
and that's all I see. And it's almost like I lock down, I shut down, and I know that that's perhaps not the best thing to do, and maybe not even the healthiest thing to do. But it's worked to a certain extent. But then in hindsight, I'm like, okay, I reached this goal, I achieved this thing, but what were the casualties in that? What were the not sacrifices, 'cause everything takes sacrifices. I think the correct word is casualties. And I think sometimes we don't always do a good assessment with, okay, matching up the casualties, the sacrifices, and whatever it is this goal is. And for some, the casualties and the sacrifices are worth whatever that end result and that end goal is.
Yeah, that's real. And Hayes just said absolutely they'll take as much as you allow. It's speaking on the jobs as far as you working and how much you're willing to put in them little 8 hours or 9 hours or 12 hours that you there. So
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, as an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur side of things, when it come like okay, for my balance, for me, like my job that I go to every single day, in my mind, my mindset is that I'm going to work with my investors. To me, they invest in my entrepreneur businesses because that's where I make the most of my money.
Mm-hmm.
And so it allows me to not work out of a place of desperation when it comes to my entrepreneur ventures because I have every day where I go work with my investors, not for my investors or not for my job. I work with my investors, and they invest in my dreams and entrepreneur ventures. So that pressure of working out desperation because the thing for me about working out desperation towards your entrepreneurial goals is that you can get burned out and you can stop
Mm-hmm.
doing your passions and you can start hating it. And then over because I've been there, I've done that before. Trying to get every single little cent that I can get, pretty much just hauling myself out there with my entrepreneur and my gifts, just trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
My mindset was wrong, and then overall for 5 years I was gone from the game for not doing anything. So is that I encourage all the entrepreneurs listening and not to get burnt out and being desperate and change your mindset and allow your 9 to 5, let that be an asset for you. You may not like it, but let that fund your dreams so you can enjoy what your passions are, and you have to keep that fire burning. And when you start to feel like, oh well, I got to make this much a month, or it's over, like I'm not gonna do this anymore. I can't. You put yourself in a hole, then you want to enjoy the ride. So
I agree. I absolutely agree with everything that you just said. And I love your terminology as to looking at your place of work as investors versus, oh, I got to do this job. But let's be real, folks. Most people out here just go to work because they are not willing to put in the extra time to do anything outside of just going to work.
Right.
Most people have
you're
become
right.
comfortable with getting that weekly or bi-weekly check or monthly check, and that's all that they're focused on. A lot of people are not willing to just really sit down and seek, okay, what are my passions? I'll use myself for example. I know that to a certain extent I've always liked marketing, I've always liked people, I've always liked sales, right? So
Hmm.
because of that, I've tried a lot of different things. I've done Mary Kay, I've done insurance, I've sold vacuum cleaners. There's a lot of different things that I've done,
Yeah.
right? Which
Yeah.
brings me to what I'm doing now. Like, I can't just go to someone's job. Like, it's not even how I was raised. Like, I was raised around entrepreneurs. I was raised around people that use their daytime job to fund their nighttime life, to fund their future. And that's how I look at, my job. I look at it as my training grounds. I get free training. Every day I go to work, I learn how to
Right.
interact with people on a senior level. I learn how to interact with people from all walks of life. Like, I look at going to work as my training grounds, and I always have. From when I was a collector in a call center, that taught me how to deal with aggressive people. That taught me how to be
Yeah.
assertive. And
Yeah.
most people aren't really willing to fine tune their way of thinking to be able to maximize their day-to-day job and their day-to-day interactions. They just go there, they punch the clock, they do what they're supposed to do like robots, and then they go home,
Yeah.
and that's
See,
life for them.
that's an excellent
Yeah.
point right there. Just as far as
Sure
you
is.
have the mindset of an entrepreneur, but you going into this job space, you waking up every day, going here, but you're using it to your advantage versus going here and saying, man, I don't feel like waking up. I don't feel like sitting in this traffic. I don't feel like seeing these different coworkers I got. But you're using it in a positive light to redirect the energy. So when you do go out there in the field as an entrepreneur, you're more prepared and you have a better mindset about what's to come. So
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
dope.
that's tight. Like I haven't,
Hmm.
I can't say I've heard it in that way. I'm sure that other people who on the podcast right now who listening have done that in some capacity for themselves. So just natural 32. What up, Holy Mecca? What up, Relic Giver? What's going on, Ari? Me Immortal, what's going on? Yeah, yeah, we on here, man. So what's y'all thoughts on who listening on the podcast as far as y'all jobs and how y'all approach them if y'all have them or being an entrepreneur? Like, what is y'all approach to it every day? What's y'all mindset? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important. Even with you, Monts, what you were speaking on, or just saying these are my investors, and you have an outside view, like you're looking at it objectively. So
Absolutely.
that's something that I feel like a lot of people who have 9 to 5 jobs, they can approach it that same way. Like y'all just gave them some gems tonight. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be going into no job, just looking around like, man, what's like? Good gracious, shot it. Is it 12 noon yet? Is it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? Whatever time they get off. So
I think one of the guidelines I think that I've kind of followed just in my little short career, even though it feels like I've been working a million years, is I mean, it's jobs that I've done and I've done for free. I'll tell anybody one of the best jobs I've ever had was when I worked in radio for Radio One and then working as a journalist. Those were the best jobs. No, I didn't make necessarily a ton of money. And at Radio One, I didn't make anything, but I still appreciated the opportunity and I still gained a lot of intel and a lot of insight. So,
Very.
for those that are feeling a little stuck, it's something that I say all the time, like even within my own household. Like, what is your passion? What are the things that you enjoy doing? What are the things that you would do for free? When helping my siblings prepare for college, I would tell them, hey, you don't have to go to a 4 year university. I necessarily don't believe in that. What is it that you love? What is it that you think that you would be great at? Whatever
right,
it is, follow that. Follow that path. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people feel. I just spoke with someone today who was like, "Oh, I want to be a travel agent." I used to know that it said I used to want to be a travel agent, and I said, "You still can." You know what I mean? Like for some reason, people have been trained to think that because you're a certain age, or because you have kids, or because you have bad credit, or whatever your circumstance may be, that means that you can't pursue these life goals, and we have to reset that. And we reset that by resetting the mindset, resetting, how we distribute our time. Just because you have kids, get your kids on a bedtime, make 8 o'clock their bedtime. Now you have from 8 to 10 to work on your side business, whether it is, painting or making jewelry, baking cakes, whatever it is. It's how
Mm-hmm.
you delegate your time.
so let me ask y'all that to segue into that. So, in knowing that you are at your job, you waking up at 6 a.m. every morning. You probably do your little routine, got your workouts, whatever. You get to your job at 8. You get off at 5. You get home at 7. What is y'all like routine? How do y'all stay consistent with that to be able to do that every single day? How do y'all stay consistent with that?
Well, the way I stay consistent with that is that I remember why I started in the first place. I remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. I remind myself the goals that I want to achieve and the dreams that I have. And everything I'm going through today and what I went through in the past, what I'm about to go through in the future, is all going to be worth it. And the only way that I'm going to have the best opportunity to reach the goals that I remind myself of the reason why I'm starting to do this is to be consistent. That's the main thing. Like I'm hungry for the goal, and then when that goal is reached, I want to go to the next goal. So for that hunger, it that fuels me. Look, a lot of times I don't want to. Man, I don't feel like doing this. I mean, we're human. We would be lying to you guys in the podcast if we make like we just in a good mood all day, every single day. That is not true. We are human. We bleed red blood. We have bad days like everybody else. But
Right.
that mindset, though, that mindset is that's what sets people apart. It's a choice. We choose to continue to put in the work and these sacrifices to get to the goal because ain't nobody gonna do it but you. And if you don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. You have to hold yourself accountable. And something I want to what Ray and Christian was saying, it kind of sparks it in my head talking about categorizing your time and your schedule. Another thing that our people need to think about, when I say our people, I'm talking about entrepreneurs in general, is how you budget your money. Like that's a huge thing as well when it comes to funding yourself and the money that you do get from your employers to put towards your household and also
Hmm.
towards the goals. Like for example, for me personally, when I budget my money, I budget from the base of of my base salary. So anything extra, anything bonuses is put to the side to try to save or is put into my businesses so that those businesses can continue running. But
Yeah.
I don't like there's no such thing as extra money to me. It's not extra. It's
Exactly.
allocated to something. It's
Hmm.
not for me just to go blow because you can easily blow money on fast food, clothes, your vices, whatever it is. For me, it's vaping. I'll buy some vape juice in a heartbeat.
yeah,
But
yeah.
because I vape all day every day. But when you start to be diligent and be discipline yourself into moving your money in the right places, then you can really maximize the dollars that you already have. Like if we all sat down and totaled up where we move our money to, you see how much money you waste within a month's time.
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's
I've
real.
always believed in budgeting. Like I absolutely 1,000% believe in that. And everyone that knows me knows, I was just had someone teasing me today, about some stuff, and I live by that. Like if this is what's supposed to go in, this is what's supposed to come in, and that's why I've always, been blessed with multiple streams of income because I don't believe in just living off one check. You know what I mean? Like Monk said, starting off the conversation, I work so that I can have money to contribute to other things. No, I'm not, this fashionista, so my funds don't go towards wardrobe. My funds go towards travel. My funds go towards, other things, helping, helping other people, things like that. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because that's what I feel like I'm here to do, but I
Yeah.
think that a lot of people get caught in this hamster wheel of, I'm going to say, keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
you
alone will keep you from reaching, the goals that you're appointed to reach.
you know that happens a lot. Joker Hayes said the last 2 years have been all about gaining skills that are marketable enough for me to go wherever I want. And serving the people
Absolutely.
said a choice that can't depend on feelings. Your goals don't care how you feel.
That's right. I just posted that the other week. They don't care about how you feel. That's real. That's right, Nick. That's right, Hayes.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's just a situation where, yeah, even with me as being an entrepreneur and how I've invested in myself, over the years, yeah, it's a roller coaster. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, you don't know when you take that big leap. You don't know where you're gonna end up. You're gonna hit some rocks, like Steve Harvey said. You're gonna hit some rocks before you actually start floating away and flying with
Exactly.
no hits and no wind and stuff. But you have to start
But are you going
somewhere.
to quit?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you have to start somewhere. Like nothing will be handed to you. Nobody that you will sit in the office with, have a meeting with. Some people gonna be late. It's gonna be meetings that people don't show up for. It's gonna be ideas that you have that never go through. But you have to have it in you to say that I know what the end goal is. You have to think long
Exactly.
term.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Remember
be
why you
willing to
started.
do the work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eggs, boy.
There you go. There
It's
you go.
and it's more work. It's more work than you'll get paid for. Goals require your passion. Without that drive and passion, your goals have no air. Mm.
That's true. You got to motivate your motivation. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
it's nothing else outside of that.
Besides putting in the work. We can talk. We can talk and say the dopest one-liners all day long, but until you go in there and put in that work consistently, till your knuckles bleeding, till your knees is all crusty, till your ankles ashy. Some of y'all ankles ashy already. That's not. I'm just saying. You got to put in that work, man.
The
That's it.
bottom
And
line is
enjoy it.
everybody can't go to the top because everybody's not willing to do what it takes to go to the top. And quite frankly, everyone doesn't want to go to the top. And we have to be okay with, as a society, with that. Like we have to be okay with the fact that there are just people here that are okay with their lives. They're okay with, the day to day and whatever that day to day is. And that's okay too. So don't think that, we're putting you down or we're, trying to make you unhappy with whatever the life is that you are leading. This information is strictly for the individuals that are out here and maybe, you kind of been wrestling with a passion or wrestling with time management, things of that nature. This is for you because we all know it's three of us in this room. We know how hard it is. We know that, life happens and life happens fast. You know what I mean? But it's about picking yourself up. It's about saying, yo, this was a tough day. I took a couple of L's. Sometimes you just got to go to sleep, wake up, try it again. Sometimes like people be like, "Oh, just brush it off." Sometimes, damn it, you just can't brush it off. You straight up got to go straight to sleep and then just try it again the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what's funny though? Like, I don't know if anyone else do this or y'all do this. Everyone who watching this stuff, but when I wake up in the morning, I know when I'm not doing something I was supposed to be doing. When after a while when it becomes a habit and you said, okay, at some point today I got to get this done. When you don't do it, it almost like make you feel bad.
Feel guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that junk crazy, man. Feel the officer, what's going on? Ray Woods, real, what's up? What's up? Everybody keep joining in, man. Yeah, man. I just
Bring them on. Bring them on.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
It's hard to yell with two bad rounds in your mouth.
Hey man, when did that song come out?
Like
2000s.
3-ish.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I don't know if I can use. Yeah, I don't know if I can use it right now, but
Nah, I shouldn't have sung Tip. I'm mad at him right now.
Why you?
Talk about that today.
Oh man, what he done did now, man?
Cause y'all dudes don't never do right. He know it ain't nothing. It shouldn't be nothing Tiny could do to make him want to divorce her.
Oh my God.
Oh, so it is going through.
And if it was something that he did, he shouldn't have did it.
So it's true.
He shouldn't have did it.
Did he do something?
From a source, I did hear that it's public record and that it's happening. I'm very
Dang, man. Hey, Ray Wood said just tuning in. What's the topic, man? We just talking about trading time for money. I gotta rephrase how I say that though. I let them say. I let them rephrase it and explain it to you. But yeah, man. So we just trading time for money, like when you on a job and working towards your passion and all of that, man, and being able to balance it all. So that's about it on that tip. Yeah, Ashley, what's going on? Appreciate you joining in. So
hey, yo, Ray, see if they got any questions for us.
Yeah, man. Y'all got any questions, man? And all these people done joined in, man. Ask some questions, man. You know.
Call them out.
Shoot. Well, I can't scroll. Let me scroll up on my field officer. Irritate. Jets flight. Keebler. What up, mama? Verbia ended. Abby, y'all ain't got no questions? Sean, y'all got some questions about it all as far as being an entrepreneur and working on jobs and mindset and balance and all of that?
I got a question for the people.
Hey, man, what's the question, Dad?
My question for the people is, what would you do if you wasn't afraid?
So you already equating... So you already equating it to fear if you don't do something? Okay.
Yeah.
So if y'all wasn't afraid, everyone who's watching and listening right now, go ahead and type it in. What would you be doing in your life?
Because a lot of people are afraid of their goals. A lot of people, they're afraid of their own greatness. I'm speaking from experience. So if you wasn't afraid, what would you do? What kind of moves would you take? What would you do?
You know what, man? I mean... And what you learn, though, or what you're afraid of, you end up doing it. Like, even doing this podcast live, usually people record this stuff. And they be, like, starting over. But now, we jumping on this junk live. You got to trust all your equipment. You got to trust everything about it. You recording your...
trust your people.
Right. You got to trust your people. We on here. We had to meet up. We had to call each other earlier. We had to put everything together. Ideas, all that type of stuff. And you got to trust that everything... Ideas. And you got to trust that everything in that day is going to work out exactly as planned.
Send it on.
Like, how crazy is that? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, hey, what people... Okay, Ray Wood said people are afraid to leave their 9 to 5 to chase their dream. You got to trust your people. Trust God.
Okay, I feel that. But what about the person who... Because there are a lot of people who believe in God, but they still won't make that jump. Because you have to have a good balance of reality as well. Because
you gotta have good faith. That's a faith jump all day.
I mean, ain't nothing else. Ain't nothing else that's there that matters, bro. Like everything that you create, every idea that you have, everybody got an idea, right? Oh, Rail just said, I believe in living on the edge. So I'm currently trying to break through that fear. It's crazy. People fear people. They let people opinions control them. Hey,
that's real.
That's super real.
I don't fit people. What? Fit people? Who y'all be?
Hey, Hayes, let's get deep. Ray Wood said, well, with any success takes sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of, that's what makes life complete, right? You live once. So you're gonna have to sacrifice because you won't change most people don't recognize the opportunity when it's in front of them. And that's when they're not a whole person.
Well,
come on, people, talk to us. Come on, what y'all got in that inbox? I want to hear it.
Yeah, they coming in. They coming in.
Come on in with it.
So the thing is, when you're a whole person, that's when you recognize opportunities. Okay, so Serving People said start cooking blog for people who travel all the time.
There you go.
Well, you can get on blogspot.com. It's free. WordPress.com. Start your blog. Right.
An hour a day and allocate it towards that.
Exactly. Allocate it towards your blog. The night before, write out what you want to write out on your blog. And you know that blogs are the top thing, the number one on SEO work. So the more entries that you write, the higher you will be in Google rankings. And more people going to see your blog. Make sure that you add video to it. Because by 2020, 82% of all internet traffic is going to be video.
And then you can start getting paid from it.
Exactly. They monetizing everything. Ray Wood said millionaires don't know they are going to become millionaires. They just take a chance and strike gold. Yeah, I mean, at some degree, Ray, that you have to set yourself up to recognize those opportunities to move you towards being a millionaire.
Right, because
exactly.
You want to be efficient. You want to have a plan, and within your plan, if you hit your goal unexpectedly of $1 million or being a billionaire, great, God bless you. But you want to go in there with a plan, and also plan the hand that's dealt to you the best way possible to win that game. But you do want to jump in like you. You don't want. It's good to have blind faith, but also have a plan to execute while you're moving on faith. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's real. Mm-hmm. Now, Joker Hayes just said we don't have entrepreneurial incubators, businesses in the community to support us, or businesses to support.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like we have the platform there. We have the businesses there. We just simply don't support each other. Every other culture, every other nationality literally support each other, but we don't do that. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's saying, but Hayes was like at a large number enough to take care of that fear. So it's not people in place, or you don't see enough of us that exist in front of you to say, you know what, I can be an entrepreneur. I do know finances. I do know what it takes to build an LLC. I do know the stipulations involved tax wise. I do have people in front of me that can educate me on this stuff in order to take off in it.
Do you think that? Do you really believe that though?
I mean,
Go ahead.
No, I say for me personally, I had to do a lot of research on my own because it wasn't no one around me that had done that before. You know what I'm saying? Especially what I was doing. So I had to, but today I feel like if it ain't Google, it ain't too many people you finna just run into who have that entrepreneurial spirit like that unless you, that's your...
I think it's there. What I think needs to happen is the people that are in those positions, because me personally, I follow a lot of people on social media and they're African American. I just had someone reach out to me on Facebook today about financial stuff. And I think that the people are there. I just think that sometimes we get caught. We have this expectation that, oh, these people are out there and they need to come to me. I guarantee you, we find the hot girl on Instagram with the biggest butt. We find the girls on Instagram with the biggest, tits. They're there, and those other people are there as well. These black lawyers are there. These black doctors are there. These black accounting people are there. These people are there. We just have to seek them out. And when we seek them out, the people that are in these positions need to be willing to carve out 30 minutes of their time to do a webinar, or, maybe one Saturday that they have like an hour of downtime. Get a group of 15 people, the 15 people that have reached out to you that month that you think are serious. We as a community have to do a better job of making time for each other because, like we said last week, everybody's always so daggone busy. We're too busy to reach back. We're too busy to pass on the information that we know. And that's exactly what I'll be doing tomorrow, teaching a group of, young adults, 18 to 21, how to budget, how to, build their credit, how to repair their credit, how to, do a 401k, how to get stocks. That's what I'll be doing with my time. You know what I mean? Because that's important because, like you said, they think that there's no one out there that's available to teach them those things, and that's not true.
I agree.
That's real.
I agree with that. And there's something that's funny. I had a conversation with this this guy that runs a black man that runs this hand detail car wash. I was going to him to go get my car wash or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And him and I struck up a conversation concerning entrepreneur. How he gets started, what does he do, what do I do, how they get started in his business, how many locations does he have, X, Y, Z. And he made a point, and it's something that we kind of all think about, but nobody really says it. And he says that I want to do things in my community. Like, I want to help my fellow man. I want to put information into the community. But when I go to other businesses within my community, ready to spend money and to keep that dollar going within our people, they have to follow through on their side of the agreement and do good business.
I agree. It's a two-sided agreement. Yeah, it's a two-sided relationship.
So that's why he says he feels like he's still searching for other businesses within the community of our people to stretch our dollar and keep our dollar within. But for the time being, when he does go out and try to, spend money and keep that dollar within us, they're not doing good business. So it's like the community side is like, I want to keep it a community. The business side said this is not right for my money.
Right. So that there lies a problem, and that can be something that we do a continuation on, because I do feel like this particular topic needs to be elaborated on for a couple of reasons. One being, the people coming up, they shouldn't feel like they don't have anyone to go to. You know what I mean? The second thing is, I absolutely agree. That was something that we spoke about in grad school. The fact that, money circulates, I can't even remember how many times. I want to say 13 times in a Jewish community before it leaves out. Same thing with the Asian community. Even the Hispanics have their own network. They legit have their own grocery stores. So everyone is doing it but us. And I do agree. I've been into Black businesses, African American businesses, where I'm like, what? So we have to get that service together, and we have to realize that we're competing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we have to be willing to take that constructive criticism and still do the work and try to support. If this hairstylist doesn't work for you, who's another hairstylist? You got Black-owned nail salons. How many of us really go to a Black-owned nail salon to get our nails done? We don't. You get what I mean? But you got Black nail salons that are out here doing it, with amazing service. You know what I mean? But because we're not considered to be industry leaders, no one's really, you'd rather go somewhere where you're not being respected and you gotta wait 25 minutes for someone to greet you just because they're good at what they do.
Yeah, that's real. I'm gonna ask y'all this.
I'll paint my own nails.
Phase Control, our homeboy from Ireland, said, why people that don't know you support you in your dream more than your closest friends? Hold on, I speak on this first, because
say that, Ray.
Hey,
say that, Ray.
I'm gonna say that I've changed that now in my mindset, and I do believe the people closest to you support you. You just have to see it. Because I could say, speaking on even this podcast or live, or when I put out music, I'm starting to recognize the people who are consistent. So in my life, the closest people do support me. And I appreciate them, and I make sure I tell them that. You know what I'm saying? I shout people out, whatever. Like, you have to. Because that's important. If they taking time out their day to support you, then yeah. But back then, at first, when you first start, you have to prove yourself. You have to make sure that you earn that respect. You're going to put in the work. If you finna stand out here in front of everybody, shooking and jiving or saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. You know what I'm saying? You have to earn you have to earn your respect. And I went through my ups and downs. I had my failures. I had my bad performances. I had my good performances. I've had bad songs. I've had good songs. Now most of them consistently good. So thank God for that. Blessings. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not Drake. No, I'm not Big Sean. No, I'm not Future. I'm not expecting all of my closest people to be like, soon as Future album drop, they posting that junk. I see it. Soon as Big Sean album drop, your closest people posting that junk. But you can't take it personal. That's one of the laws in the 4 agreements. You can't take nothing personal. If you work hard and you doing what you're supposed to do, then you're going to get the support you need every single time. So just like we doing this podcast, and these numbers keep growing and everything keep building, I'm going to remember everyone who was there at the beginning, because I don't forget stuff like that. You work hard, you earn your respect. So that's how my mindset is with it. So what y'all got to say about that, Christian?
Man,
I'm going through it right now. I'm going through it right now. Like, I'm trying to offer opportunities. I hear people saying all the time, oh, I need extra money, or, I need money, yada, yada, yada. I wish I had money to do this or that. And, I step to them with the opportunity to make more money. And now, they're too busy, or it's this or it's that. And I'm just like, okay, or, I just come out to them, hey, this is what I do, on the side, yada, yada, yada. Oh, I can do it myself. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. But, it's just like you see someone trying to do something good. You see someone trying to move in a positive direction. I'm not out here slanging yay or, doing some wild stuff. I'm out here trying to do something that's actually fun and uplifting and you know what I mean? But there's no support. Ray, you make music to make people feel good, to make people think, to, just have them floating.
Yeah,
Much same thing
exactly.
with you. You behind the scenes on them tracks. Like, so we're all doing something in a positive direction. But I think I've just taken the stance of knowing that I'm doing something good, knowing that I believe in what I'm doing and pushing forward, and knowing from all of my past experiences, you're going to get more no's than yeses, but the no's will eventually lead to a yes. So you can't let the no's stop you, and you can't second guess yourself and wonder if you're doing the correct thing, because you are.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%. And for me personally, like the foundation of what I do when it comes to music is it cleanses my soul. Like it brings me happiness, and happiness is the goal over money, over everything. It's happiness. So I it's a bonus if close friends and family kind of jump on board and they support. And, you would think people that you grew up with, people that you know in your whole life, will have your back when, especially when it comes to your personal ventures. But that's not always the case, and you cannot take that personally. Like they have different reasons why they may or may not. Maybe your immediate household, well, they're thinking about stability. Get a real job. Those are things of that nature, and they mean well. You can't take it personally. But when it comes to your personal ventures and your passions, I do believe, and I know for a fact that God or universe, whatever you believe in per se, will surround you with the people that support you with the only motive of continuing to challenge you and uplift you to bring the best out of you. And that's all that they want to do, and you do the same thing for them. So for me personally, I've through my whole career have had these angels come around me who really support and vibe with what I do, and that's all I ever wanted. And now, just now, 10 years in this thing, 8 years in this thing, where really close friends and family, primarily family, have kind of jumped on the bandwagon. Now, I'm not a vindictive person like I told you so, or I don't want to hear it now. Now y'all want to jump on board. I
Mm-hmm.
welcome that love, because they might have felt that way behind closed doors for years, but didn't articulate it because they felt that, like I said in the beginning, they want to see you succeed, but with stability. And being an entrepreneur, you got to have a certain kind of thing about you to where you good with that known unknown. Like you like taking those risks and those chances. It's a thrill and it's excitement in it because you're free. And a lot of people don't have that mind. And there's nothing wrong with not having the mindset of not feeling free or taking those kind of risks for your happiness. But for those that do, then they understand that they may not be on board now, and that's okay. But you just keep doing what makes you happy,
Yeah,
and you will be surrounded by all the support, and all the love that you need that goes directly toward what makes you happy.
exactly. And then as you're doing that, when you're working towards what makes you happy and you feel free, then it's gonna be less time traded for money because you're gonna get more money than your time.
Yep.
I've seen it. So yeah, phase control. We based in Miami and Atlanta. I don't know if you've been to America, man, but we based in those two areas.
Yo, what
Mm-hmm.
time is it in Ireland? Like
Yeah,
3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, something
ain't
like
no
that.
telling. Hey, they up and they watching. They up. They
Oh
done had a good day. They up. They up and watching that. So, but yeah, it's important, man. Like people supporting you, the closest people to you. Like I battled that for years, and man, at the end of the day, the people closest to you do support you.
yeah.
And you have to get out your own way and make room for your own blessings because majority of the time we in our own way because of our mindset, because if the person close to you don't praise you every other second or send you a picture every time they listen to your records or send a picture every time they see one of your arts or your creative works or supporting your business or every time they visit your website, like you don't that type of That's some selfie stuff. That's some that's some validation. I need validation all the time type junk. When you supposed to believe in what you're doing anyway, to where you don't need validation all the time. Your only validation should be God and your faith.
That's it. Absolutely, that's it. You're right, man. And it's you said a mouthful right there. You said a mouthful right there, because boy, like you can't like in the realm of being a creative and creativity, like you want to have that. There's so many different variables that you can use to fuel or to create within. You can create without of anger. You can create out of love, out of happiness, out of lust, all kinds of things, and you'll get different results coming out of that melting pot in what you create. But when the foundation of your creating is I need somebody to pat me on the back. I don't expect pats on the back. Like you can't do that, because when you don't get it, then what?
Child, you gotta clap for yourself, honey.
Come on now. Say that, Christian. Go ahead.
Seriously, you have to clap for yourself, because hell, most of the people around you don't even want you to succeed. So if you need their opinions or anyone else's opinions, you're dead in the water.
Already.
That's real, and that goes with the support factor. That's what I'm saying. Like people, like run off of that. Okay, if you wake up every day, just like I was speaking on the selfie example, if you know that you're a beautiful person, and you taking selfies, and subconsciously you're taking these selfies to get all these likes to validate that you're still pretty, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we updating how we are or how we look, but in the essence, in the grand scheme of things, like, that's what's wrong with relationships. Two half people can't date each other. Two whole people can date each other only.
Oh man, here we go.
So you have to be a whole person in your entrepreneur, like when you're going towards your passion, when you're taking that leap of faith, you have to be a whole person or becoming a whole person when you first take the leap.
Because what if I'm a quarter of a person?
A quarter of a person? Oh my goodness. Then you out here struggling then. For real. Because the biggest thing is, just like we was talking about the trading time and money and the balance of life, like you have to be whole in order to recognize what you're doing to yourself. That's why all of us look up and be like, dang, a whole bunch of time passed. Me personally, I've said this to someone before. I think I said this to you before, both of y'all. I was like, the only reason a month passes by fast because bills due on the 1st. If you ain't thinking about your bills, you ain't thinking about the days of the week during the whole month.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's a good perspective.
That's true.
Like if it wasn't bills due, wouldn't no one be thinking about no time. They would go outside and put a stick in the ground, looking at the sun, seeing what shadow at, what a shadow at, and jump. They wouldn't be thinking about nothing. Yeah, Abby said you have to believe in yourself and secure in your art and in yourself. Yeah, definitely.
That's true.
Definitely.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
LaPatty, what's going on? Benny, what's up? What up?
Patty.
Alfred, what going on, bro? What's going on?
What up, Alpha? What up, my dude?
I was about to say something crazy.
What you about to say? What you about to say?
I was about to say to the Bat Cave.
But yeah, so
what's up, Alfred? No harm.
You say to the Bat Cave? That's funny.
Quick.
But yeah, man, it hits you right there. It's just like that movie Fences. Y'all seen that movie Fences?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ain't seen it much?
Not yet. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I saw the preview when he walked out in the backyard and said, "Dad, why you don't love me?" or something like that.
I ain't supposed to like you.
Bruh, that dialogue right there was me and my dad on the farm. That kind of messed me up. I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a tear when I saw it, because I said, that's me and my dad when I was growing up. And he broke it down real quick.
Oh, yeah.
No, really. Just like that. And I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, that Joker Hayes said no spoilers, so I can't say nothing about it, man. I'm gonna keep quiet. Okay. I'm gonna keep quiet about it.
That was that little trailer hit home for me. I said, oh shit.
Okay, real ass. How do y'all feel about taking chances, and how big of a calculated risk would you take?
Ooh. Well,
I'll start. I take chances all the time. I mean, I just took a chance on Sunday. I mean, I just believe that if the opportunity presents itself, I mean, all someone can do is tell you no. Perfect example. Thanks to months, I know where certain somebody lives, and I'm absolutely obsessed with their home. And I had a friend of mine who I don't want to put any names out there, but I had a friend of mine who's visiting here from France. She's French, and she leaves on Friday, and she's obsessed with like Atlanta culture. She's obsessed with like the housewives, the devious maids, and such. And this particular house, I absolutely love. So I kind of used that as a reason to show her the home, even though she didn't know who that person was. I just went up to the gate and I rang the doorbell and I was led onto the premises and I got a tour of the home that I absolutely love. And in my head, I'm like, but you're absolutely crazy. But at the same time, I'm like, but at the same time, this is what makes you Christian because you seize every opportunity for the most part that's presented to you. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. And it was a great day, you know? And I think if more people had that, was okay with rejection. I think that's the biggest thing with me. I'm okay with rejection. I did the same thing with Common. You know, when I met Common, my girlfriend was looking at me like I was crazy as I talked to his tour manager. I simply told him, hey, we drove all the way from Columbus, Georgia. We have tests tomorrow. And I think that this alone shows that we're super fans.
Yeah, that's real.
So with that being said, I talked to his tour manager. I told him that, we're super fans, and he actually went back and got him. And well, not got him, he got us, and we got to go backstage and meet him. And she was looking in shock, like, number one, you're crazy. Number two, I can't believe this is happening. Number three, we're about to meet Common.
That's what makes life worth it. So what you think, Monts? How do you feel about taking chances, and how big of a calculated risk would you take?
Man, my whole life has been a chance. And by the way, Christian, you welcome.
Thanks.
I mean, by the grace of God, the fact that I'm even on this podcast with y'all in Atlanta was a risk. Like, I mean, I came up here homeless, with just 5 outfits and a keyboard and a laptop and a dream to Atlanta. And I mean, and I at the time I was dating a young lady who was an administrator at FSU. She was making like $80,000 a year. I could have easily just moved to Tallahassee with her, stayed in town, and got a job at a bank or something like that. But I wasn't happy. So, and I know home is going to be home. Home ain't going nowhere. So it's just me. I have no kids. So I was like, I'm going to go to the A and I'm going to make it happen. It came to me in a dream. And I'm a dreamer. A lot of things come to me in my dreams. So I said, how am I going to do this? And God was like, go. And since he told me to go, I went. And ever since then, everything has fallen in line because I was obedient to my spirit. Now, it hasn't been an easy road, but I say all that to say in terms of taking risks, I'm all about taking risks. If for me, I go off of vibes, I go off of my spirit. And as long as I stay obedient to the steps that I'm supposed to do, that I'm told to do, for me, anytime I do something the way I want to do it, I always get burnt.
Yeah.
When I follow my spirit, easy as hell. Like I can't, like I can write a book about it. So when it comes to your risk, make sure that it's not something that you want to do. Difference between something that you want to do, something that you need to do, something that you're supposed to do. If it's based off of your selfish, because I want to do this, then it's probably not going to work out. You're probably going to get burnt real bad. If you do it because what you need to do is a calculated risk, everything tends to smooth out. I'll take 5 steps back to take 15 forward.
I feel you on that. So as far as me taking chances and calculated risk, uh, I'm one of them folks this is gonna go, man. I think anyone who knows me closely knows that, like, if I have the means to do it, I'm just gonna do it. I mean, what you got to lose? You live one time. You live like literally once. And every day that passes that you wake up and you go to sleep and you ain't do what you dreaming about or what you love or what you interested in, you lose a day. You live one time. Like, there's nothing else outside of that. That don't mean go crazy. But
right.
Your gut is your faith. If you following your gut and you know that's what your gift is and you figure out what your passion is, like, just do it. Like, stop telling people what you about to do. Hey man, I was thinking about doing this.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I was thinking about doing this, and yeah, man. Every time you see this same person, they be like, man, well, yeah, I'm about to do this, and it be the same thing over and over again. After a while, they gonna become a mime, a mute, because it's like I already know what you're gonna talk about, man. But it's something about people who leap and just do everything and experience life that there's always good conversation there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. I had posted the other day for all y'all out there who's sitting on the couch, folks like Christian, Ray, and myself. You ain't got to be running full speed, but as long as y'all sitting on the couch, other folks gonna be if they off the couch, they're gonna be walking laps around y'all. Like either gonna be inspired by us or you're gonna be intimidated by us. But that's on you. Like somebody is always doing something. Do yourself a favor and just give yourself an hour or 30 minutes a day and apply that time towards your goal, and you will start seeing some progress toward what you want to do. Just an hour, whatever TV show you like to watch, DVR, just save it, binge watch on the weekend. Put time towards investing yourself with time and effort, and you'll start seeing what you want to see. Because you don't, I'm right on your heels anyway.
Exactly.
I'm straight up. I'm coming for you.
We definitely on the come up with stuff. I mean, even us doing this podcast and all y'all that's a part of it, like, we appreciate it. This is the result of following your gut and making it happen with the resources that you have.
Yep.
They not in the same city as Ray. Christian and Munt's not next to Ray right now. Ray use resources. Right. Like, we use resources to make this clear and cut to y'all. We came to y'all and we having good conversation. All y'all involved. Y'all talking to us. Look at this community. Look how positive it is. Look at the impact of it. Look at what you can apply and send to someone else to where they grateful and they like, man, I appreciate that. Cause it's something in you already that you have joined this podcast today where you like, man, I'm working towards something. I might be on the edge of trying to do it, but now you doing it. You're about to do it.
Tell them why you mad, Ray.
Yeah, you said what?
Tell them why you mad, Ray.
Hey man, I just be trying to put it out there, Doc. Hey, it's that real. Like, we create this stuff from scratch. Everything you see out here has began at someone's idea and their level of faith. So why you can't do that? What's stopping you from doing that? Whatever it is.
That's true.
No,
I think this has been a great conversation tonight, guys. I think it's much needed. I think this is something that we need to definitely take away and come back in another session to build on.
Yeah,
it's important. You know what I mean?
We could definitely do part 2. Yeah, we about to wrap up, man. So of course we recorded this today. We thank all of y'all coming in. We recorded this today, so it will be on YouTube tomorrow.
Come on now.
And I appreciate all of y'all. Months, real quick, we got 1:55 left. What's your IG and all of that?
Yo. My IG is Monster MONTSTERTHAT. And also, when you go to either Ray's or Christian profile, when we put the post up about our podcast, the link, my name will be in there. Click on it, follow, with Monster that Ghost.
All right, Christian, what's your IG?
And you guys can reach me at Chrissy_Azia. That's CHRISSY_EZEAH. And I will see you all next week.
Definitely. And I'm going to put all of this on a YouTube video so y'all can follow them. I'm going to put our contacts on there, man. So we keep this going. Let's keep building this community. Uberwood Podcast episode. Another episode.
Uber out.
Yeah. So we're going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all be safe tonight, man. And make sure you do what you dream about.
Hey.
Straight up. And I'm Ray Fonder, by the way, but you're going to see that anyway on the YouTube video. So let's get it.
Cinnamon.
Stop.
Mama.